everyone, it's Barbara. I thought it was the perfect time to share a little walkthrough of my 2016 December Daily album, especially since we're just a few weeks away from starting the project again. So I will do a quick little flip through of all of the pages in my album. I used the gray Jasmine Jones album with the gold script Merry Words on it, and I loved it. I decided to keep it clean. I didn't embellish the outside because I didn't think it needed it. I just added in a simple gold glitter star and stamped the date with a date stamp. For the inside of the album, typically what I like to do is have a opening page that covers all of the page protectors underneath. It's just a look that I like. So this year I used a Paisley Press digital file that I beefed up in Photoshop Elements just so the script lines would be thicker. So when I ran it through my Make machine, there was more to it than a thin little line. So as you can see, it looked really pretty with the gold foil added to it. Because my Make machine's only 6 inches, I had to make a base page that was a little bit larger so it would cover up all of the sheet protectors. I just added in a simple rubber embellishment that came in an old Studio Calico kit and called it done. The first spread, typically I will include a letter to my daughter of some fashion. So in this album, it's just a simple 3x4 journaling spot where I typed up a little note to her. I used a photo of our elf because our elf comes on December 1st. So it was a fun way to start the album. The digital elements I used here are from In a Creative Bubble. On day 2, my mom and I went to a holiday home tour. So a simple spread, the ticket fit into a 3x8 pocket, which was kind of good luck for me. These stamps are from Kelly Perky. On the day that we typically do our outdoor decorations, I like to do a little photo shoot with my daughter, and this photo ended up being her Christmas card picture this year, so it's kind of fun to do. I always like to show my daughter on the ladder with my husband because this is something they always do with each other every year, is hang up the Christmas lights. So it's a fun little tradition to include in the album. My daughter was playing competitive soccer, so we have longer seasons, and that means you put soccer in your December Daily album. I kept the photo black and white just so it wouldn't clash too much with seasonal colors, and kept it really simple with just black, white, and red. Used a sticker as a tab to turn the page. Photos from getting our Christmas tree. This year we happened to do it in December. We typically do it in Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, and I don't mind if I use November photos in my December Daily. I still put it in. It doesn't matter to me. This is a journaling card from In a Creative Bubble. I enlarged it just a little bit to fit it in the album. And things like this allow me to add in extra photos because I can't seem to just stop at one. This is a double page spread for day 6 and 7 because we had kind of some crazy weather, at least crazy for California. So I made a page, did the two at the same time so they kind of look cohesive. These are tags from Allie's kit from a couple of years ago. I just backed my journaling, put the temperatures for each day. Added some pink in my album this year, mainly because my daughter's wearing pink in this photo. It's a nice little pop. See's Candy tradition, that always goes in. This picture came out really good. I liked it. My daughter's birthday is in December, so December 10th is always all about her. This is a transparency from, I think it was last year's kit, but I'm not sure. Just added some thickers and a large number from Studio Calico. I always get her a number balloon for her birthday. There's pictures back here from her party, but I'm going to skip that just because it's private. Trip to see Santa. Our historical society here in town has a really pretty museum that they dress up at Christmas time, and they invite Santa to come and see the kids. So we went there this year. She got to write Santa a letter, and I took a photo and added it to the back of this card. This card is from Urbanic, and I liked it, so I just used it as a page. The great thing about this Santa experience was they let me take my own photos, which was super great. Typically each year my daughter picks out her own wrapping paper. This is something that I started back when she was like 2, mainly for ease, so I didn't have to tag all of her gifts. It was easier to know that that pile of that paper was hers. So now that she's gotten older, she likes to go to Target and pick out her special paper every year. So this is that paper, and I just used it as the back. That is inside the sheet protector. Everything else is outside. I just cropped my photo to look like a Polaroid, and these are Ellie Studio date stamps, which I really love. This was something fun this year. My husband purchased this wreath for our home, and I wanted to showcase it, but I didn't want to make the photo square. So I cropped it in a circle and cut this page from my Silhouette Cameo so that I could use it as its own page. And I have a blog post where I shared this cut file. So if you're interested in putting a circle page in your album this year, I will link it down below. I put the journaling on the back. Cute photo from Target of the long, crazy long lines. I had enough white space to add in this really pretty color cast designs acrylic embellishment. Kind of love how that's super simple. More wrapping. I typically wrap all my gifts on the same day. So while I was doing that, I just laid out the paper so I could snap a picture and remember what I used mainly that year. Here's one of those Instax sleeves that I shared on my scrapbook.com haul. I used my Instax printer to print these. These are old cards from Studio Calico. They made a Instax size kit designed by A Beautiful Mess one year. So those are leftover cards from that. This tab is from Kelly Perky's kit last year. It's letterpress. Old card from Studio Calico that I've saved forever. Finally found a place for it. Christmas card fun. Here's that photo made into our Christmas card and the back. This was a fun day. I typically like to put something about Starbucks in my album because it's fun, and they came out with these cute gingerbread houses last year. So my girlfriend and I did a fun day date with the girls, and we built them. So inside this little album, or inside this little envelope, are the photos from that day. Just paper clipped. I like interactive elements in my albums, and the fact that you have to pull the photos out to look at them is just something I like to do. Gets people involved. This is a paperclip that I purchased from Etsy, and I'll see if the seller is still selling them. I'll link it below. I just added a card to the back just to dress it up a little bit. This is a sheet that came in a pack from Allie Makes Things. She does seasonal kit, or not seasonal, she does monthly kits or subscriptions of her brush lettering on different sheets, and they're always themed. This one came out around Christmas time. I know it's palm trees, but I still liked it, and I like the message. So it starts the section for a Christmas tree. This is a digital card from In a Creative Bubble. I just added glitter stars on top of her illustrated stars just to give it a little bit more fun. This came in an Allie kit last year. It's an acrylic piece. Stockings, adding something to her stocking every year. This is something I like to do when I only have one side of the page being used for one single photo, is I'll add these little divider sheets in. This is a card from Kelly Perky with her letterpress tag. And so I make it so this is just the day, and then it's a divider for the next day. So then it carries over to the next day, and then I backed it with the same tab just to keep it consistent. Put in another circle sheet of a cute art project my daughter brought home. It was the perfect size. On the back side, I turned it into a pocket for the day we made cookies. Slipped in some Instax pictures, and this is another card that came in that A Beautiful Mess kit from Studio Calico. Flipped it up so I can add my journaling. Our cookies. This is an example of a day where I have two stories that I want to tell. I really wanted to use this magic card, and I had this photo of my daughter laying on the ground in front of the tree in the morning, just counting all of her gifts. So I wanted to do that. I added in some tissue garland or tissue confetti from a previous kit, and I used these rubber embellishments. This was a 3x4 card, I believe, from Ellie Edwards, and I just resized it and made it 4x6. And I cut my photos in circles and spread some more of the tissue around so I could incorporate more of the rubber embellishments. Christmas Eve, I created this pattern with a Kelly Perky stamp and just added our photo. Try to take a photo of us on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day just to make sure that I'm in there. I don't always get in this album. I find, especially on Christmas Day, I don't typically take a lot of photos of myself. I'm usually behind the camera, so I like to do these kind of photos if I can. Pictures from church. My friend Phil is an amazing photographer, and he happens to attend the same church as us, so these are his photos that he took. He does a beautiful job. December Christmas morning, December 25th. This is some text that you can add in Insta stories, and I love it because it showed the temperature from that day. another divider page. So I had a place for some journaling. Crazy picture of my daughter. And then this is a template that for some reason for the last like 3 or 4 years I've used in my album. It's a Ellie Edwards 6x8 template. It just gives me a lot of space to add more photos because I can't seem to edit out. And it's always a fun morning to show photos. And then to end the album, I wanted to show photos of the fun that our elf had while she was here. So I created a pocket. I minked it again. This is a digital file from Allie. Perfect name for our elf. Twinkle, because it's everywhere in embellishments, it seems. So that's lucky. And then what I did is I created some tags. Allie did something similar in her album last year where she had a bunch of tags in a pocket, and I really was inspired by that. So I created a template in Photoshop Elements to hold all of our photos of our elf. And then I used the number stickers that came in the Jasmine Jones mini kit, I believe. So that's that. And then Twinkle seems to leave us lots of memorabilia, so I usually save all of that. This is a note that my daughter left out for Santa on Christmas Eve. So I usually corral that in some fashion and put it in the album, so it just slipped right in the back of this pocket since it was related to Twinkle. And those just slide in there and kind of tuck around. And then there's nothing really on the back, but one thing I do like to do is sign and date my albums the day I finish them. So that is that. So that is a little walkthrough. If you have any questions about anything that I used or anything that I did, feel free to ask them below. I will answer, and I will try to call out as much product that I can call out in the description below. So if you're looking for anything, you can find it for this year. So that's that. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.